You screwed up, she's furious, and you're standing there in a swirl of guilt and desperation, wondering how to make things right. We've all been there. But what do you do if you've really messed up? I mean, really, really, really messed up. Like you got caught looking at porn or having an affair or sexting someone who isn't her. You don't want to break up, but she is questioning if she wants to be with you anymore. And in my line of work, it happens more than you might think. So what do? There's a Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time is now. Sure, you'd be better off if you hadn't messed up, but the only moment you have any power over is now. The problem here is trust. She can't trust you because you've shattered the image she had of you. Trust is the foundation of any relationship. In chapter 4 of my book, Finding Your Way Without Losing Yourself, The Path of Integrity, I ask, would you go into a building with a cracked foundation? Probably not, because a solid foundation is essential for any safe structure. But when that foundation is cracked, the whole building is at risk of collapsing. The foundation of every relationship is trust, and when you break the trust, the relationship starts to crumble. Even more critical is when you act against your integrity, you break the foundation of trust that you have within yourself. And that's the real issue. Because if you don't have a firm foundation in your relationship with yourself, you'll break all trust in all your other relationships, work, friends, children, and especially your partner. In order to restore trust in these relationships, you first have to restore the trust you have in yourself. And this is a challenge because once trust is broken, it's really difficult to rebuild. It's not impossible, but it's difficult. And many people give up and settle for mediocrity. But if you are willing to walk the path of restoring trust, there are some steps you can take. First, to restore trust, you have to become trustworthy. And becoming trustworthy isn't a one-time thing. It is developed over time. This means following through with what you say you're going to do, being transparent, being honest, showing up on time, not half-assing things, and learning to say no when you can't commit to something because it's better to disappoint someone than it is to lose their trust. This also means rebuilding trust within yourself and being true to yourself. You have to make integrity your priority. You have to walk the talk, be rigorously honest. It means giving up the easy path and dealing with your addictions and the inner pain that has haunted you your entire life. It means getting help from a therapist, a coach, or a men's group. The point is to stop being untrustworthy and to prove to yourself and to others that you can be trusted. And here's the thing, you will be tested. You will wonder how long it will take before she trusts you again. And here's a hint, it's going to be a long time. You'll want to give up, thinking that it's hard, it's not working, that she's never going to trust you again. And if you give up, here's a little bit of tough love. You don't deserve her. The path of restoring trust is an inside job with outside actions that reflect the inner work. You have to want, really, really want to be trustworthy, and you have to be willing to do the hard thing over and over and over again. And when you fail, and you will, you have to go back and make amends. If you tell a half-truth or cover up a mistake, that means going back and fessing up. It sucks. But the good news is that once you fess up a few times, you'll start to realize that it's easier to tell the truth in the first place rather than having to go back and admit your mistakes. Listen, the reason you go back and make an amends is not for anyone else. It's not for her. It's so that you strengthen your integrity muscle. Your integrity has to be your number one priority. So if you're interested in a path to get you back in integrity, consider picking up my book, Finding Your Way Without Losing Yourself, The Path of Integrity. I'll put a link in the description. And for those of you that are listening on your favorite podcast platform, you can just go to Amazon and search the title or my name. Thanks for joining me today. Remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, be a man of integrity. Speak the truth and act with courage.